It's 1 p.m. and already I'd love to catch a quick nap. But maybe that's just because I'm hanging out with William and Camille Anthony, authors and authorities on napping. Need I say more? These nap junkies have a unique lingo to discuss their favorite pastime.
Well, we're not napophobic, right, Bill?
Right. We aren't.
No.
And we don't have a deep-seated fear of napping.
No, and I'm not a snapper.
Right. You don't criticize me for my napping behavior.
Right. And we have napnasiums.
Right. We have certain places where we practice our napping.
Right. What else?
Well, we have a number of napnomic devices.
Correct. And what's your napnomic device?
Oh, probably an open window or a radio on or something like that. How about you?
Mine's a blanket and my shoes off.
All right.
Okay, but what are these napaholics really trying to tell us?
We think it's a natural thing to nap. What's unnatural is not napping. And we have to get over that and start to be comfortable with following what our body wants us to do, which is have a nap, revel in your nap, around somewhere between 1 to 4 in the afternoon.
Bill is talking about what's known as the post-lunch dip. It's our circadian rhythms calling again. Deny it if you want, but we have a physiological need to take a nap in the afternoon. In many countries, people surrender and take a much-needed siesta. Famous nappers include Thomas Edison, who did it on the sly, and Winston Churchill, who did it openly. Recent studies show that napping can increase alertness, and if Bill and Camille have their way, everyone will be getting a little shut-eye during the day. Together, the Anthonys have written a book, The Art of Napping at Work.
It's not that folks should nap on the job, but nap at work. In other words, during their break. They get bathroom breaks, coffee breaks, smoke breaks, lunch breaks, etc. And they should be able to take a nap during those breaks if they wish. So it's not really asking a lot. It's just saying, during your break, one of the good things you can do for yourself is to nap.
As for the Anthonys, they're anxious to get to work on another book, but not until after they take a quick nap.
It's 3 p.m. and I've been up for 7 hours. I'd like to take a nap more than ever, but not today. But hey, if you're a napper, here's some advice for you.
Remember the stages of sleep? Well, we shift from light sleep into deep sleep after 20 minutes. So if you want to nap, set your alarm to wake you before you enter deep sleep, a 20-minute nap. Or wait until deep sleep is over. That's a 90-minute nap. Anything in between, and you'll wake up groggy.
Now let's meet someone who couldn't get through the day without taking several naps. He has a medical condition that is one of the leading causes of daytime sleepiness. It's called sleep apnea.
This is publisher Walter Connors. 10 years ago, he began to experience daily debilitating bouts of fatigue. He needed help, so he went to spend the night in a sleep lab.
It's a weird night. You try to go to sleep. You're hooked up with a lot of wires all over you, and there's a camera going up in the ceiling watching every move you make during the night. There is a technician in the next room who comes in and watches you during the night, and it's quite a trick to get to sleep at all.
While Walter slept, his tongue relaxed, blocking the opening of his airway, momentarily suffocating him in his sleep.
I was running at the rate of 60 apneas an hour, which is 60 times an hour. My breathing would shut down. Yes, it's the same place. There's a large blue awning.
Walter is not alone. Sleep apnea affects as many as 18 million Americans, and its #1 symptom is snoring. Walter's remedy? A special mask that applies just the right amount of pressurized air to the throat and keeps the airway open. It takes some getting used to, especially if you roll over when you sleep.
It's not the most comfortable way to sleep, but it is a help. And with me, it's cut the apnea events down from 60 to about 30 an hour. So it's not the complete answer.
Nevertheless, the mask has changed Walter's life. His daytime sleepiness has all but vanished.
My stamina is better. I can attend meetings in the afternoon, and I'm just about as alert as I was first thing in the morning. I don't have the tremendous need for naps that I used to have. So it's a big improvement.
Huh, you thought I was sleeping, didn't you? Please, I'm past the halfway mark. I can't quit now. Actually, I'm just testing mattresses. You know, do you toss and turn at night for hours trying to get to sleep? Well, it might be that old lumpy mattress you're sleeping on. I mean, after all, the average person spends 24 years of their lives sleeping. So choosing the right mattress is extremely important. Got some testing to do. So I'm here at Jordan's Furniture, and I have no idea how to choose a good mattress.
Maybe I can help.
Oh, maybe you can, Brian. I need a good mattress.
Okay, well, choosing a mattress can be a difficult thing. There's a lot of things to consider, and it's very important. For example, what you're on right now is a waterbed.
This is a waterbed?
They don't look like they used to. They don't look like a wooden sandbox with a bag of water in them. But lay right down, and I'll tell you about it. Water's great for contouring to the shape of your body, so you can be comfortable, and yet it's supportive. There's also latex foam. Latex foam is a foam rubber, so it's supportive for your back, as well as feeling foam-like squishy or soft. There's something new on the market. It's called viscoelastic memory foam. Originally, the material was developed by NASA, and they developed it to relieve pressure points with the astronauts. You also have your traditional inner spring mattress. They're going to support your back well.
The most important question to ask yourself when thinking about a mattress is, when did I buy my old one? A good mattress lasts about 8 to 12 years, so if you bought yours before Bill Clinton became president, it may be time for a new one. These mattresses are all good, so it's really a matter of taste and, of course, money. A decent mattress runs from $500 all the way to $2,000, but be careful not to skimp. This is one area where you usually get what you pay for.
The more comfortable you are, the better you're going to sleep.
But it is about getting a good mattress.
It is.
It's about getting a good mattress. Tell him, Brian.
It is. It's about getting a good mattress.
It's 7 p.m., and for the people at this support group meeting, getting a good night's sleep is not the problem. In fact, it's just the opposite. They can't stay awake. They are among the more than 135,000 Americans who suffer from narcolepsy, a disorder marked by irresistible attacks of sleep.
Narcolepsy is characterized by excessive daytime sleepiness, and the sleepiness is often so intense that people with narcolepsy can feel as though they've been up all night, and they feel that way every day. So for many people with narcolepsy to struggle to stay awake on a day-by-day basis.
It's affected everything in the past 3 years of my life. My school, my work, my friends, myself. My personality has changed and everything's changed. So my life is nothing like it used to be.
In addition to having this sleepiness, they often have 3 other symptoms. They have what are called hypnagogic hallucinations, which are hallucinations that are very vivid and intense sensations that often come on just as they're falling asleep or perhaps just as they wake up. And those hallucinations can be a sensation of suddenly falling, or they may think that they heard a sound or they saw somebody in their bedroom.
I dreamt I had needles in my mouth. I could hear my little nieces running around, which they were. And I couldn't spit the needles out because I didn't want them to get hurt. And my mother could see my face up like I was hurt and upset and something was painful while I was sleeping. I had to keep those needles in my mouth.
They can also have what's called sleep paralysis, which is an inability to move when they wake from sleep. And the first time that the sleep paralysis happens to people, they can often find it terrifying.
When I'm sitting and I start to want to go to sleep, but I'm not asleep, that's when I have it, and I can't move. And I can hear, I know where I'm at, I know where I'm sitting in my living room, but I hear strange noises like people are coming in the house, and I'm trying to wake up, and I fight. It seems like it lasts forever. I don't know how long it lasts, but That's a terrifying experience for me. I hate it.
The final symptom that people with narcolepsy have that is seen in almost no other disease is something called cataplexy. And cataplexy is a sudden loss of muscle tone or muscle power.
And I was standing in the ocean up to my knees, just standing there looking out, and I just keeled over. And I was laying in the water with my nose rubbing against the sand, and I couldn't move. And it was awful. And I just held my breath for about, and it passed. That, was a first-time experience, and it just scared me to death.
It's usually brought on by an intense emotion, such as laughter, but sometimes it can occur with anger or fear. And so the most classic situation would be that somebody hears a really great joke and suddenly their knees go all weak and their trunk is weak and they slump to the ground.
Narcoleptics can succumb to cataplexy at any time, sometimes dozens of times a day. Luckily for Michelle, this bout of cataplexy came on while she was seated. Nevertheless, the loss of muscle control in her face and jaw renders her unable to speak. Cataplexic attacks can last for up to 30 minutes. If an episode comes on while a narcoleptic is driving, swimming, or climbing stairs, the consequences can be deadly.
I'm afraid to go for a walk by myself. If I'm more tired, I'm more prone to having cataplexy. So if I go for a walk, I don't know how I'm going to be, how far I can go, and how I'm going to be walking back.
Luckily, narcoleptics are getting the first novel treatment in 40 years. Once they took addictive amphetamines to try to stay awake. Today, there's a new, safer stimulant called modafinil. But even with the drug, Michelle suffers cataplexic attacks on a daily basis. Here, the jitters of a television interview trigger an episode.
Got it.
And that's cataplexy right there.
Yeah. Better treatment, I believe, will happen in my lifetime. I think it's a condition that you have to learn about it and learn to live with it. It's just it's a battle every hour.
Now there may be new hope for narcoleptics. Watch this. That's cataplexy. Just like with humans, the loss of muscle control makes these narcoleptic dogs go limp. And look, these mice are also narcoleptic.
The mice would walk along in their cage normally, and then after a while, they would suddenly fall over, and they would twitch a little bit. And they'd get up and they'd walk a little more, and they'd eventually fall over, and then they'd come back and they would walk again. What was happening is the mice were having sleep attacks, and they were literally falling over asleep.
Now scientists are using these animals to study narcolepsy. It is the first window into this devastating sleep disorder.
It gives us a key to unlock some of the secrets about how the brain controls sleep. For a long time, the things that happen in narcolepsy, the sudden attacks of sleep, the sudden transitions into the type of sleep that we call REM sleep, those things were completely without any explanation.
Studying mice and dogs, scientists have now found a gene for narcolepsy. And they have discovered that a key to the disorder may be a messenger in the brain called orexin. Scientists had known orexin helped regulate eating, but they never suspected it might be involved in sleep. This orexin discovery may lead to a whole new class of drugs for treating sleep disorders.